Let's get started with this reading. The Tower is lessons through destruction. So something that's very obvious to you that needs to change, it's time to look at. Because, if we don't look at this stuff, Spirit takes it and kind of explodes it in front of all the neighbors. So really, honestly, take a look at what's going on. It is above the Lover's position. So most likely it has to do with a relationship, a love relationship, either one from the past coming to the present, or the one that you're in currently. Some things need to change. So once again, speak with love and kindness, Scorpio. But there's some stuff coming up for you that you've been ignoring. Sorry, guys, you've been ignoring. So now it's time to really look at it, make the changes that you can make. Do it honestly and with integrity, whatever that may be for you, lovely Scorpions. But also what's coming to you, it looks like some messages. Pages can be messages. The wands here are fire sign, and that is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have the Page of Swords. And the Swords is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or overthinking. Could be some thinking issue that's coming up for you that it's right on top of something that's being ignored. So it's time to really honestly take a look at what's working for you in relationship and what's not. Make the changes if you can. Let go if you can, or reinvent if you can. So there's a lot of stuff coming up for you, Scorpio. Of course, this is the sign of passion. This is the sign of sex. So this may be a sex partner. This may be a husband, wife, or a lover. But it's something that really needs to be addressed. And it looks like some messages coming in on how to clarify that, how to clarify it. I'm feeling messages from the past. I'm also feeling like it's time to let go of some of the things that you've been holding on to in the past. The 10 is a completion of something. All these wands are fire or movement. So are you doing things that are for other people that are not benefiting you, Scorpio? So now it's time to put down some of those responsibilities that really don't belong to you and take a look at what you want your future to look like. Time to heal your body. If we ignore some of these things, our body takes a toll. And we create dis-ease in our body if we have dis-ease in our soul. And it can mean anything from a cold, a common cold, something slight, hurting yourself, walking into walls, to something even larger. So it's time to put down the responsibilities that really don't belong to you so you can heal your body. This orange color is lighting up for me here, that it's time to really put down some stuff and heal your body, make you a priority, and take a look at where you want to go in the future, how to make that happen. And it's very difficult to make your dreams come true when you're holding everybody else's dreams so close and doing everything for everyone else's desires to come through. So now it's time to put down the things that really aren't necessary for you to carry. Those people that are really responsible for themselves, whether it's a faith issue, whether you have faith that they will do it to be beneficial, or if it's a control issue. It's time to really look at the things that cannot be controlled, Scorpio. So it's time to let go of some of those control issues that do not serve you and do not serve for your future. So the next thing that's coming up is the Lovers. That is present time. I am reading this in October, so this is for the month of November. And now it's time to take a look at what your love life, what you want it to look like. Are you bored in a relationship? Are you happy in a relationship? Expand the positive, really release the negative. Allow Spirit to take over the things that you're trying to solve, that you're having difficulty with. Just give it to God. I'm a big cheerleader for God, Spirit, Supreme Twinkie, whatever you like to call the energy and the spirit that we know of as God. But it's time to give some of that frustration, back to God, so you can resolve some of these things in that love space. moving forward. It looks like you really, really want to move forward. So if it is releasing a relationship that has been one-sided or not beneficial, I encourage you to take the steps towards resolution, or it could just be speaking your truth to find your happiness within that relationship. Do you just need to re-spark some stuff? Do you need to get a little fancier with your sex life with a partner that you've had for a while? Sometimes that old humdrum stuff gets in the way of having good sex. So take a look at your part in this and what you can physically change and what you are not responsible for changing. You can communicate about to your lover, to your heart song, to the person that either you want to attract or one that you want to release. But it's time to look at the obvious that you've known about for a while within that relationship. And it looks like it's a sex relationship. It is either a marriage, a love relationship, a future love relationship, maybe someone that you desperately want to connect with, but haven't had the guts to do so. Please pull up your big boy or girl pants and communicate with no expectation, but just let people know where you're standing when it comes to your love relationship, because a lot of people can't tell what you're thinking. So put it out there in the world, what you'd actually like to have happen. Stand back and let the universe gift you without trying to control the situation, because it looks like some of the control stuff has gotten in your way of really finding happiness. Or just keep doing what you're doing without any return. So it looks like that agreement is coming to an end. That agreement is changing. So it's time to gift all those people that can hold their responsibilities dear, and that includes your lovers. So there is a shift in the love position. There is a shift in relationship space, and it could be just making room for a new love if you have not felt the need for a lover in many, many years. So it's time to shift some of that energy, and you deserve happiness. You deserve wonderful sexual pleasure. It is what Scorpio rules, is the sex organs. So now it's time to create that in your life, whether it's with the partner that you have, releasing the partner that you have, or creating a new one. But lovers are definitely in the forefront for November. And that runs right on time with the shift in Venus moving into Scorpio. So it is going reverse for a while, so there'll be a cleanup. But then when it goes forward again, it will be more intense on the positive side. So this is the Nine of Cups. This is the abundance card. This is the opening up your heart to receive card. Have you been giving and not receiving, Scorpio? It's time to open your heart, find that neutral area. It's okay to receive things in this world. And that's a big lesson for Scorpios, because I know you guys like to do it yourself. You really like to do it yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's nothing wrong with accepting a little help, whether it's financially, emotionally. But this is the card of abundance. So all this energy that you're moving out will open up that heart space of abundance, whether it's someone helping you with a new endeavor, whether it's helping you clean up the financial stuff that you have now on your plate that you're not being able to handle. But your abundance is definitely opening up as you release a lot of this control energy that really drives a lot of Scorpions. I myself am a Scorpio, so I understand this. Open up those channels of receiving. You're a great, great giver, but now it's time to open the receiving lines, and it's fine to receive and just say thank you. You know how good it feels when you gift people with something that they truly need. It's such a joy, and it's such a gift in itself to give to someone and have them openly receive it. So now it is your turn, Scorpio. Now it is your turn to open those channels of receiving. Just say thank you. is a wonderful thing to be able to gift. So don't take that gift of giving away from someone who really wants to help you restore your finances, help you organize. But this is on the abundance level. So most likely it has to do with money or just allowing yourself to receive love in a different form. It is a 9, so it's right on the precipice of changing that whole way that you give and receive. So finding the balance of gifting and receiving. It's not all just about gifting, and it is very difficult to receive, but it's truly a gift when someone receives something that we are offering. So don't take that away from someone else too, dear Scorpio. Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles. There's a lot of magic going on here. It looks like really getting in touch and connection with the God of your heart, whether that is self-help books, whether that is church, whether that is contacting a psychic, but really connecting with the God of your heart and figuring it all out, kind of finding the balance of mind, body, and spirit. So many of you might have started a new regime on the physical level, whether it's yoga or working out or running or doing, finding the balance in all 3. So either, meditation, yoga, and also making sure that you're getting the right nutrients, getting the right nutrition for your body. So it's really looking at all 3 things to find the balance and to find the happiness in life. It really does require the triangle. It really does. Each one deserves your attention. So whether it's physically getting it fit, changing your diet, praying every day, meditating every day, walking if that's your meditation, getting out in the world, but really bringing it up to the higher levels, not just the physical stuff, but bringing it up to the higher levels of intellect, religion, and physically, being aware and being responsible for a little bit better nutrition. I know that the holidays are coming up, which means lots of sugar, lots of carbs, lots of wonderful things that your body just loves to taste, but may not be sitting too well in that physical form. So take a look at all 3 of these. But it really looks like you're going into yourself a little bit more, Scorpio, for those answers. And, every answer that we need is inside of us. We just have to take the time to find the quiet space in our mind and connect with that. Connect with the God of your heart. Ask the important questions of yourself, and then have the bravado or the bravery to move out of some old patterns. So that's what I'm feeling this is, really moving out of some old patterns that haven't served you, Scorpio, in the last decade or so. So really making those changes. It's a slow process. Find some patience with yourself. One little step starts the movement into the future. So don't be afraid to take that first step into movement. Then we have 2 cards that are upside down. This is the 6 of Wands. This is kind of a triumphant card, finding new directions, heralding, could be within the public eye as well, but it is upside down. So there's a bit of fear and a bit of judgment on trying new things. And really worrying about other people's opinions of whether, if you pull away from them, what their opinion will be, or whether you go towards them, or just change some habits that you've had. So don't worry about what other people think of you. Everyone has an opinion. As long as your opinion of yourself is one of positive and movement, self-love and self-care, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. Of course, we have to be resilient. We have to many times watch our words. As long as we are presenting things in love and kindness with no huge expectation, no manipulation, then you'll be okay. But this looks like a new endeavor that you're a little afraid to start for fear of repercussions, for fear of negative opinions. But take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith, Scorpio, and do it anyway and see what happens. But don't let your fear stand in the way of your wildest dreams. Okay? All right. Then we have what is this? This is the 8. This is the 8 of Swords, and I believe this came up in your reading last month, but it was right side up. So it looks like you have cashed off that blindfold. You've taken a look at something very honestly. Whether you have put it into motion or not, that is up to you. I'm feeling that you're kind of slow on the uptake of moving towards what you know is healthier for you, but something that was holding you back and something that you weren't looking at honestly, you are now looking at very honestly. You're in the healing stage of your body and your soul, but right on the precipice, right on the edge of moving in towards speaking your truths, moving that energy, start making those decisions that you've been putting off for a while. It's just like you're collecting your thoughts. It's just like you're collecting your thoughts. You're trying to figure out how to do it the most appropriate way, the most respectful way. Don't wait too long. You know, you got to take that first step into abundance to really get the ball moving. So yeah, you're kind of in this contemplation space on where do I begin, whether it's a project, whether it's verbalizing something to your lover, whether it's releasing a job, but something you have gotten total clarity on in the last month. You see the truth of what's going on. You're no longer jiving yourself, but now it's time to make that motion. And I think part of that fear is this changing some things here, and how that will be perceived and received. So the next card, the culmination card, is the Justice card. This is a great card. It's usually, you know, karmic payback for some injustice that happened. It can be as minor as you taking care of a ticket. It can be as major as incarceration. It can be cleaning up something that was not right, whether you initiated it or someone else initiated it, but I feel like it's more of an apology versus a legal issue. For many of you, it can be a legal issue, but the big picture really feels like it's either an apology, someone coming to you and going, wow, I'm really sorry that I did this to you, but really feeling you felt the sting of something. And this looks like way in the past, the sting of something that has been unresolved in your heart and in your mind for a long time, whether it's an unrequited love that you have not been able to move forward from, or, you know, you and your kids not getting along, but something is coming to a head, something is coming to a close, and there will be justice towards you. So it was something that you were either slighted for, or, you know, gossip, or just a really bad relationship that ended ugly. But it looks like there will be some justice in the form of an apology from the past, is what I'm feeling. But for many of you, it may be the legal. It may be the legal. I don't want to discount that at all. But it's really, really feeling more like an apology from a situation within an interpersonal relationship. So on the left of this, I throw two of these for a little bit more clarity. This is the 4. This is kind of the contemplation, this thinking, really kind of overthinking about things. But, you know, we need to get things right in our head before we can put it into play. And you are right there, Scorpio. You are right there. You have accepted whatever situations that you really need to change, and now it's just thinking about how to make those changes. It also can require some money. Discs can stand for coins or money, so you may have to invest a little bit to make your dreams come true. It is right next to the Justice, so it may be an investment of your emotions as well. Taking the high road, accepting the apology, maybe when you don't want to, or just releasing the energy. But there is some money involved here as well. So I don't know, you might get some money back, you know, right next to the Justice card. That's a wonderful place for money coming to you. So a little bit of thinking, step out of that thinking pattern, put some motion to that, and I think you'll get your answers to what you need for your next step. The Star card is kind of one of gifting. This also is in line with the abundance. Are you giving all your energy away? You giving away now? The star is kind of nurturing and maternal stuff. It can stand for your mother. So are you moving the energy out for mom? It also can be an Aquarian. The star card is Aquarius, so maybe this justice is coming from an air sign or an Aquarius, but it looks like you have really been an overgifter most of your life. So now it's time to learn to receive. And if you give all this stuff away, you have no energy for yourself to create these things of abundance to come into your world, sweet Scorpio. But it looks like you have a lot of things on the horizon that you want to do. I'm feeling travel. I'm feeling getting your house together, releasing friendships that no longer serve you, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a lover, but really trying to fill your soul. But if you give it all away, there's nothing for you, dear Scorpio. So please start giving to yourself first and foremost. It does not mean ignoring those that we love, our children, our spouses, but it does mean taking your safety, your love, your desires into consideration as well, and not putting them on the back burner, putting them on the front burner, making you a priority. So that's what I see for the month of November. I'm going to throw a couple of these past life oracle cards. I used them last month and they were pretty right on, so I figured I'm going to use them again this month. Oh, all right. So it looks like put down some of your fears. Your fears have guided you in a lot of your decisions that didn't necessarily work out. You can be fearful and do what you need to do anyway, instead of letting it hold you to a position where you make no decisions at all. And making no decisions is a decision, and it does have its effect on you. So your fears and your phobias, it's just like learning to drive. We're all afraid to learn to drive, but do it anyway. Do it anyway. Just be careful when you do it. And as you push through each one of your fears and conquer them, it will give you more impetus and more permission to keep going. Ships. So travel again. This looks like something in the distance. It's something that you want to incorporate in your life a little bit more. Travel and going places, meeting new people. So start pushing through your fears. Maybe your fears are around traveling. Maybe your fears are around making money for travel. But it looks like it's time to put some movement into all those wonderful, wonderful ideas. And if you really do want to travel around the world, even $1 a month goes towards the travel. It's something. It's something. And it is a validation of your willingness to make those changes and do whatever you need to do. So put down the fears, Scorpio, and start looking at where you want to be in the 5 and 10 year place.